Every year, new bloodlines appear, new crosses gain attention, and new trends spread through the breeding community. Yet something interesting continues to happen. Despite all the changes, certain bloodlines remain respected decade after decade. Some have stayed popular for more than 50 years. Others have influenced generations of breeders across multiple countries. This raises an important question. Why do some bloodlines survive the test of time, while others slowly disappear? In this video, we'll explore the reasons why certain bloodlines remain popular for decades, and what lessons breeders can learn from their success. Popularity is not the same as longevity. Many bloodlines become popular, but very few remain respected for generations. A bloodline can become famous quickly. However, maintaining that reputation is much harder. Longevity requires something deeper than hype. It requires consistency. The power of consistency. If there is one trait shared by most legendary bloodlines, it is consistency. Breeders appreciate birds that produce predictable results across generations. When desirable traits continue appearing year after year, confidence grows, and that confidence helps preserve a bloodline's reputation.
Why consistency matters. Imagine two bloodlines. One produces excellent offspring occasionally. The other produces reliable offspring consistently. Most experienced breeders will prefer consistency because consistency creates trust. Bloodlines that survived for decades. Many famous bloodlines have remained relevant for generations. Examples include Kelso, Hatch, Roundhead, Whitehackle, Claret, Asil. These bloodlines emerged in different places and different periods, yet they share one common characteristic. They continued providing value to breeders. Adaptability is a survival trait. Another reason some bloodlines last is adaptability. Breeding goals change over time. Environmental conditions change. Breeder preferences change. Bloodlines that remain useful under changing circumstances tend to survive longer. Example: a bloodline that contributes valuable traits in multiple breeding programs often remains relevant because breeders continue finding ways to use it. The role of breeder trust. Trust is one of the most powerful forces in breeding. When generations of breeders consistently report positive experiences with a bloodline, its reputation grows. Over time, that reputation becomes part of breeding history. Why some bloodlines disappear. Not every bloodline survives. Some disappear because inconsistent selection, lack of documentation, declining interest, poor breeding management. Others simply lose visibility as newer bloodlines attract attention. Important lesson. Popularity alone does not guarantee survival. Only long-term value does.
The importance of selective breeding. Every legendary bloodline benefited from careful selection. Without selection, even strong bloodlines can decline. The breeders behind successful bloodlines understood that improvement never stops. Each generation requires evaluation. Each generation requires discipline. Why Kelso remained relevant. Kelso is a perfect example of longevity. For decades, breeders appreciated Kelso because of adaptability, intelligence, breeding value. Even as trends changed, Kelso remained useful, and usefulness creates longevity. Why Hatch remained relevant. The Hatch family followed a similar path. Numerous Hatch variants continued attracting breeder interest. Examples include McLean Hatch, Gilmore Hatch, Blueface Hatch. The family expanded while maintaining its identity.
Why Claret still has followers. Claret remains respected because of consistency, awareness, historical significance. Many breeders continue studying Claret bloodlines even decades after their development. Why Whitehackle never lost respect. Whitehackles earned admiration because of their long-standing reputation. Many breeders value them for intelligence, composure, breeding influence. The bloodline's reputation survived because breeders continued preserving it. The value of a strong foundation. Great bloodlines usually start with strong foundations. The original breeders often had clear goals. They knew what they wanted to preserve, and they maintained those standards over time.
The problem with chasing trends. Many beginners make the mistake of chasing whatever is currently popular, but trends come and go. Legendary bloodlines survive because they offer long-term value. Experienced breeders understand this difference. What modern breeders can learn. Perhaps the most important lesson is this. The success of a bloodline is not determined by hype. It is determined by consistency over time. The bloodlines that survive for decades usually have strong selection, clear breeding goals, dedicated breeders, long-term discipline. The future of bloodlines. Some bloodlines that are popular today may still be respected 50 years from now. Others may disappear. Only time will decide. But history suggests that bloodlines built on consistency and adaptability have the best chance of surviving. Conclusion. So why do some bloodlines stay popular for decades? The answer is surprisingly simple. Not because they are trendy, not because they are expensive, not because they have famous names, but because generation after generation, breeders continued finding value in them. Consistency, adaptability, selection, trust. These are the qualities that help bloodlines survive the test of time. And perhaps those same principles can teach us something about breeding success itself. If you enjoy educational gamefowl documentaries and breeding discussions, subscribe to Chicken Matter Talks for more bloodline history, breeding insights, and poultry education content.